Hi everyone, this is Michelle with the last video in this stencil series. Today I'm going to be showing you how to make DIY glitter tags. And I'm going to be doing two different methods with this in this one video. So right now I'm just taking out my red and gold glitters because those are the colors I want to use today. And I have this palette here that I'm going to be working on. And I'll be showing you two different ways to adhere your glitter onto your DIY tags. So the two adhesives I'm using are Glossy accents, which you see here, and the other is Mod Podge. So I'm showing two of them so that I can compare myself because this is the first time I'm doing this, and I also wanted to give you the option of choosing which one you like best, and I'll tell you the differences I've seen in both of them as I go along. So I just squeezed out a little bit of Glossy accents and I took out my huge jar of Mod Podge. Don't ask me why I have so much, I just one day decided I wanted this gigantic jar, but a jar like this will last you a lifetime, as you can imagine. So I'm just going to scoop out some of that with my palette knife. And you can already see that the Mod Podge is a lot runnier than the Glossy accents, so it was a lot easier for me to get a lot of it out at once. So after I have these two liquid adhesives out, I'm going to pour my glitter on, and I'm going to be doing one color for each of the two different types of glue. So I went ahead and just poured the glitter on top, and I'm mixing up the red one with Mod Podge right now because that's the first one I'm going to use. And you'll see once you mix it up, it kind of looks like muddy and muted because the Mod Podge is white and that kind of mutes the color of the glitter, but it does dry clear in the end, so this won't be a problem. It just might look a little not like glitter right now. So I pulled out a few tags that I have. Some of them are cut apart tags from pattern papers and other ones are just plain manila tags. So these are actually all cut from, well, most of them are cut from a pattern paper pack that I have from Crate Paper. I think a lot of their pattern papers tend to have these cut apart sheets with tags and little things like that. So I pulled out a few that have kind of subtle patterns that would be good to stencil on top of. And I'm going to choose this pink tag that has a red diagram map on top of it. And I took out my polka dot stencil, which has some easy tack on the back, as you've seen in previous stencil videos. And I just taped it down with some painter's tape, and now I'm going to spread the Mod Podge with red glitter all over the bottom part of this tag. I'm not going to go up all the way because I want a little bit of the pattern to show, but I'm going to go up about 2/3 of the way, and I just used my palette knife to smooth it over. And once that's done, I'm going to go wash off my mask and my palette knife. So that's one of the annoying parts of this technique. You have to wash a lot, but a lot of this is because I am doing 4 different piles of glitter, as you can see. If you just choose one liquid glue and one color of glitter, then you can just mix up one pile and stencil a whole bunch of things at once, and it'll be a lot faster. Now I'm going to be mixing up the Glossy accents pile that has red glitter, and this time I'm using my skinny horizontal stripe stencil, and I just remembered to pull out some scrap pieces of paper. You're going to want to have a lot of scrap paper on hand for this because you don't want to get this glue and glitter everywhere. So this one also has easy tack on the back, but I'm also putting some painter's tape on top of this just to hold it in place a little better. And then I went ahead and mixed up the Glossy accents pile. You'll see that this is a lot clearer than the Mod Podge pile because Glossy accents is clear to begin with. So it does look a lot more glittery, but when it dries, it looks pretty much the same as the Mod Podge, which I'll show you close up afterwards, after I'm done with all of these. So I just mixed that up and spread it over the tag, and since this is a mini tag, you really don't need that much for this, which is good because my Glossy accent piles are a little bit smaller since it's a little thicker and harder to squeeze out of the bottle. So that's what that looks like. You can see it's already pretty glossy and shiny. So I'm just quickly going to do the same thing with the same stencil, which I've washed off. And I'm going to be using the Glossy accents with gold glitter this time on top of another subtle matte printed tag. This one is teal, and I think the teal and gold color combination is still super trendy, and I just really love that, so that's why I chose this color tag. And you'll see, since the Glossy accents is kind of hard to get out, I actually ran out because my pile was so small, so I went ahead and just mixed up a tiny bit more so that I could keep spreading more over the top of this tag. And I ended up going just about halfway because that's really all I had, and I didn't want to mix up another little pile of that. So that's what that looks like, and again, I'm going to set that aside to dry and wash off this stencil. And then I came back with the polka dot stencil again, and this time I'm using a manila tag, and I'm mixing up the Mod Podge and gold glitter. And you'll see again, this looks muddy and kind of weird, but at the end, it actually turns out really beautiful, and the Mod Podge ends up being a good adhesive for this, I think. So again, I'm just spreading this most of the way up, trying to cover everything evenly. And you don't want to have it too thick, otherwise you'll see the tag is warping here, and later on it dries pretty much flat, but you just want to make sure you don't put too much glue. So after I let my tags dry for a couple of hours, I brought them all together so I could show you the differences. So the first two I'm pulling out here are the ones I did using Glossy accents. So you see the right one is a little shinier, but I think that's mostly just because of the amount of glitter I put. And the left one is a little duller because I didn't put as much glitter, so mostly you just see the adhesive of the Glossy accents. And now I'm showing you the ones I did using the Mod Podge. Again, you'll see I just ended up putting more gold glitter in the left pile for some reason. So that's why that one's super shiny and the right one is a little duller. And now I'm just rubbing my finger on top of it just to show you neither of these glues ends up having the glitter rub off at all. It's just completely stuck onto there and seals it in. So I think both of them are really just a great option to try these tags and not have glitter all over the place. In the end, I liked the Mod Podge method just a little bit better because it was a little runnier and easier to spread around, and also it's easier to get a big bottle of that and it's cheaper, so I just thought that was a better option for me. But again, you can try whatever adhesives you have. I think both of them ended up working really well, so you can just try it out yourself and see what you like. So thank you for following along with my stencil series. As I said before, this is going to be my last video showing different techniques. But next week I'll be back with a summary of all the different techniques and cards I've done in this series, and I'll also have a little giveaway, so stay tuned for that. On screen here I have some links for recent past videos in this series, so you can go ahead and check that out. And make sure to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you want to see more crafting videos like this. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you again soon.